Winter, repping for SEA.
You can always trust Winter to...
It's the Invis Rune, and they're going to start this off with the Shadow Strike. There are 2 charges up on the Spirit Siphon though, so they're going to need to burst him. If he gets one off, they might have to disengage, but they get the lift. Then the drop comes through, and he's a bit late there on the Fairy Fire. His Spirit Siphon though gets EGM. He ends up getting the first blood. Jules to the rescue. Potato Tornado. It looks like it's going to be a 2-0. Mineski. They smoke around. Jules, the man in front, is waiting for the opening. Doesn't really want to go in Loda though. He's looking for that Keeper of the Light, but Alliance playing very cautiously. They have the lane ward. The pings are coming out. NP into the tree line, and well, they're going to find the Bristleback here first. Way down to the south is Gandalf, but they've managed to cave the Armadillo, and they roll on with the spin. They grab another kill on the core. Meanwhile, mid lane as well. The action continues in earnest. Raging Potato, no supports to help him out with the Spirit Siphon. Enough for now, eventually does go down, so it's a 1-for-1. A Bristleback or a Death
bottom. They lose their Death Prophet mid, who's their, in some ways, tempo control as far as being able to take down towers. So Death Prophet on the sidelines means no transition into taking objectives. And Bulldog getting a lot of alone time. His Necrobook timing going to be very, very good this game.
Oh, they won Bacareno. He's up pretty far here. And the flank has been prepared. They've got a Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave ready to go. And they're just going to unwind on him. NP down. No problem to get that kill. Tusk will show up a bit late. Is going to try for a shard.
Easily fight into them. You roll someone, there's potential for a snowball pickup to save them. So you can't reliably get that burst at the start of a fight, and that means that engaging the Mineski is very difficult.
They're going to snowball. Speaking of which, onto Ake, takes the Walrus Punch, then the spin, and Ake goes down. Then they manage to block Loda back. Raging Potato wants a piece of that action. But while that's happening, Queen of Pain is pushing in mid together with Bulldog's Alliance. Split pushing for all they're worth, not wanting to take the head-on engagements. Mineski, they keep the pressure up though. Exorcism ready. They may pop in here momentarily. In Alliance, they just don't have the deep push. They're going to roll deep for this. Shards off the mark. Oh, they might be in a bit too far. Jules getting lifted, dragged back towards the tower, but Raging Potato there to zone them out. This prompts a TP from the respawning Keeper of the Light. But all the while, Alliance working on a tier 2 in the mid lane, so it might be an even trade here as far as the tower back. The healing ward there to regen him up, and again Alliance split push. Yeah. Queen of Pain and Beastmaster, 2 peas in a pod, constantly grouped up together. Tower will be denied mid. As the Radiant Glyph comes through, they are teleporting in reinforcements to the top lane. Jules the first man in, he gets the snowball off his Bulldog, attempted for the roar. They're gonna roll for this, actually not. It'll be fine. But now they chase forward onto S4, blinks out. Can they catch him? Sprout getting fogged here, it is nighttime. Turns, he's got the Arcane Rune. Not sure he'll be able to kill him in time, and he does blink away again.
Oh, but he blinked into...
Raging Potato. Do they get the silence here? Does he have it yet? No, S4. One more blink. It's the Mineski are going to call for a game of chicken. Come home, Alliance. Your base is in trouble. Home is under siege. And meanwhile, mid, Alliance also sieging. They're going high ground too. Who's going to push faster here? We'll have to see. They work on it, but Bulldog does get caught by a snowball. There's the Walrus Punch as well. The tower's down, and Juggernaut spinning his way onto Bulldog. They're trying to bring down the Beastmaster. Goes for the TP out. Ain't gonna happen. Ben-Hur able to finish him off with the assistance of just classic items for these heroes. The Necro 3 online now. And Alliance creeping forward, but Mineski appear to be wise to this. They do have the ward. They see it coming.
They want to fight while X is on cooldown, but at the same time, initiating on Death Prophet who has an Aegis, not ideal.
Oh, they are going to head up the hill. They find Jules first. That's a little bit sweeter, but Bimbo's gotten off a really nice nuke there from the Veil, and now they move on to Bulldog. The Exorcism coming. He's got a double Spirit Siphon. They cannot fight him head on. They're trying to kill off the backliners, but they've already lost 2. Big cores hitting the deck, and Loda coming next. EGM chokedown. That's going to be 3. Mineski pushing for 4. Loda might be next. Just need one more auto attack. He turns his back. He heads for the hills. The wave of terror's there. They get him in the Sprout. They need that bench stun to complete it. The Quill stack up, but it's not enough. It's 4 down. Necro will finish off one lingering Mineski hero, while Bimbo chases forward. That's 1. Angry Potato. He does the Yules. Doesn't need it. It's a wipe. Mineski cleaning up there. It did cost them a buyback, but well worth it.
Oh boy, Mineski taking out the entire Alliance, split between all the treants and everything for EGM, even with the big plays he makes.
There's a Yules here down at the bottom rune. It looks like we might have some action breaking out. Snowball forward onto S4, he blinks back. Oh, Jules, lucky he didn't end up on the wrong side of that hill, but they're still hunting him. They roar, they commit, and that will end up being a dieback. So Jules, a bridge too far for him. He does go down. He'll be on the sidelines for 40 seconds.
Not too big a deal, as long as you're not dying around Aegis respawns or Alliance.
The Mineski game here is they get a mech up on Okay, we did earlier see Loda building his own Hood of Defiance, so perhaps a pipe will be next on the list for the Bristleback, and they're basically going to fight fire with fire, but S4, top side of the map, Omni Slash is there, Mineski assassinate the Queen of Pain. A nice side. Any second now, the Beastmaster could get the jump, but do Mineski realize they throw out the shards? They knew he was there. They did a vision behind them and they snowball. Yeah. Kill that pig.
The important thing for Mineski is not to get caught on the retreat. With Exorcism wearing off.
Speaking of which, there is a Manta up here on Ben-Hur, so he's absolutely fine against the Zorkin, and they continue to chase Bulldog. A bit lucky there, or unlucky with the shards rather for Jules, and to the north side, the Queen of Pain ult comes through, but Raging Potato relatively healthy. Ben-Hur on the run, the Ghost chasing him back, very discombobulated from Mineski. They are going to lose the Potato potentially here, throws out the Jules, but Jules will fall. It could be him next as the stolen Exorcism goes to work. EGM completely wrecking Mineski, 3 hitting the deck. And off to the mid lane, it's going to be up to the old Baccarino to split push these lanes back out.
Bulldog positioning that fight is so good. Even
the Prophet has to teleport into the pit, ready to go. The entire Mineski squad are just bulldozing in already. Raging Potato has popped the ultimate, but he gets pushed onto the high ground by Ake. Not completely caught out, but is isolated from the fight, and they manage to get the Aegis here. S4 and Loda now feeling very confident to move in. There's the roll forward on the Bulldog. Raging Potato still working, but it's on to Loda. He's very tanky. Not an easy hero to bring down another Spirit Siphon. He shrugs it off. This Crimson Guard doing work as Baccarino will end up going down. The Nature's Prophet into the deck. And Mineski, they do see some stragglers here, but they're very tanky ones, Gods. Can they really kill off Loda? This Bristleback is not an easy grab. They're going to try. They silence S4. They roll onto him. They turn for the Queen of Pain. She's caught out. One more swipe. There's the Aegis down, but EGM sitting on the backside of this fight, just looking for spell steals, looking for a way to salvage it. S4 blinking back, and Mineski chasing forward. The Sprout ends up testing them in. EGM keeping them out of the fight, and Loda desperately juking through the trees, getting nuked down bit by bit. They finally, almost, not quite. They want to slay that beast, but he's still alive in the trees. These quills are too much. Kill that Armadillo, Mineski. There they go. Finally bringing him down, but it comes at cost. They've spent so long on the Bristle that Alliance get to clean up a few on the back lines. It ends up being 4 Mineski heroes dead. When the dust settles in Alliance, they race forward bottom.
A dieback from Nature's Prophet on top of that. That is an incredible
Works down, potentially go for that tier 2 top, but screw that, they say. We see an opening here. About 20-30 seconds before the Exorcism's even up, and they jump on that S4, but he pops the BKB. He silences Ben-Hur, lifting him up. Roar is there, but there's the swap from Cass to try and save him. S4 hunting deep. Can he get the kill? Ben-Hur's angry. He wants some vengeance. Can't find it, though. They've already lost the Venge. Just respawn back to the grave. They repel the push, but it's another free kill for Alliance as the Nature's Prophet ult splashes through. Alliance still healthy through this. They're resetting. They may end the
lines for 30 minutes. Perhaps your draft's intent was to win the game by this stage, but by no means does your draft also not go into the late game.
Well, you say there's a plan B. Let's see if Mineski feel that.
No, they're not in Roche. They have the tree in there, and that's
gonna disappear soon, though, and they may be forced to move in. Alliance, they poke.
No smokes available. They'll be walking right past the Dire Vision.
They're running up the hill. They're scouted by that Dire Ward. They're screaming towards the pit. Alliance setting up the ambush. It's going to be a good Keeper of the Light nuke to start. And they've caught out the Raging Potato. They have to save this Death Prophet. They snowball her forward into the middle of the entire Alliance squad. Juggernaut to the rescue. The Exorcism going back the other way. EGM, though, fairly squishy. Has to be careful not to go down. Mineski lurching in, eager for combat as S4 looks for the flank. He is going to get I0 Baccarino. The Silence coming out, trying to burst down the NP. They do kill up EGM. Stolen Exorcism gone. And Loda could be next. Not quite finished off, though. Just so damn tanky, but they slow him down again. There's the perk from the Jug. Mineski have made it too. Buyback available on that Bristle if they want to pop it. Bulldog in the trees. Make it 3 for Mineski. And the Roche almost certainly theirs unless Alliance blow a hell of a lot of buybacks. And they've only got 2 right now.
Just great, fast, ballsy movement from Mineski. They did not mess around. They do perhaps go for another push once another Exorcism comes back up, and that's happening in 20 seconds time.
And that Octarine kicking in now. Mineski will have the full arsenal, aside from possibly the Omni Slash, ready to go, and the siege commences. It's Jug out in front, 30 seconds on his ultimate. Raging Potato close behind. How do Alliance counter this? They're not split pushing. They've come home to defend. There's the glyph, a fresh Sprout. waiting for that next round of Treant. It's slow and steady for Mineski, but they do have the Blink Abyssal and the Jug, so at any moment he could go for an assassination here, and Exorcism is now committed. They rush forward onto Loda. There's the punch, spinning on him, laying into him with the ghost. They want to kill Loda, and by golly, they will, but the Nature's Prophet is the cost. So far, 1-for-1, and they've got the power play now as Loda buys back. Mineski looks like they may need to retreat. They've also lost their Aegis. Raging Potato, Stadium's crowd, but a beautiful blinding light by Aki pushes them away from the team. Ben-Hur's back in. Potato wants to be as well. If they can kill Loda, that's a dieback. But there comes S4 unwinding with the Sonic Wave. Will slay another. Death Prophet down for 70. Alliance holding and returning fire. There's the Shivas. The goo comes out, and down goes the third. Mineski have overplayed their hand. Alliance hold the high ground. It seems pushing is very hard this game.
Oh, man. Loda is just kind of, in some ways, the hero of that defense. He just runs in knowing, he throws away his life to defend the higher ground. That is exactly, Death Prophet couldn't get off the cheese. The Sonic Wave burst damage, I think, catches Bimbo by surprise, and suddenly it's Alliance on the high ground, who looking to break back and take a lane of racks for themselves.
Yeah, he animation canceled it a couple of times there, wanted to ensure that it snags the kill, and indeed here it did. As Loda gets caught out, remember, that's a dieback if he goes down. It's very important they keep the Bristleback alive, but fortunately, Loda is insanely tanky as he continues to deal with all of the nukes and attacks being thrown his way, and now the roar comes out onto Valkyrie. Great swap back by Cass to save the day. Jules up in the air, Ben-Hur on the run, Alliance still go routing Mineski. They bring down two. Mineski could be on their last legs here. Bulldog with the refresher finds the roar, but it's Raging Potato to the rescue. He'll at least stop the bleeding for now, but they have lost that first and potentially decisive lane of racks. Mineski not out of it yet. They will get the Bulldog kill, down for 70. And it seems the game of ping pong will continue as this time Mineski charged down mid.
Bulldog committed. You know Loda can't do what he did last time, which was just be that frontline tank to force out, well, to use his buyback to force Mineski's engagement, but at the same time, heroes like Queen of Pain could potentially do that. Beastmaster can get to the goal to do that.
Again deployed, and the siege round billion commences. They swap to start this one off. Cat does catch out Loda. This could be the dieback. Alliance need him. He runs. The snowball's in deep, perhaps a bit too far. Bakarina's gonna pay. Jules has dragged him into trouble, but S4 is getting beaten down by Ben-Hur. Raging Potato in very deep. Remember, he's got buyback, but he really doesn't want to have to use it. And Exorcism goes. Again, they lay into Loda. Man, he's tanky, but snowball number 2, not enough. It actually falls a bit short. The Sharks trapped him in, but these 4 steps from Alliance, keeping them in the fight, keeping them in the game. Mineski have pretty much unloaded their entire arsenal, and they have to run again. Bench down, Tusk as well, dead for a minute. Will Mineski lose more? Dropping the silence here, Raging Potato, he tries for the TP out. Is there anything else to cancel this? No, siree.
Nice.
Does the math, realizes there's no roars, and it's only a lift that can stop it. Silences EGM and gets away, so great poise there under pressure by Raging Potato. Still
Again, onto the back foot, and Mineski just starting to lack damage. The Bristleback's so damn tanky.
And they could kill him if they could lock him down, but he gets swapped out, he gets forced step back, he gets healed up by the Keeper of the Light. They just don't get so close where they can just go for the split push, unless this turns into an incredibly long siege. The Sigil flies high above the Mineski forces, and in comes Death Prophet once more under the breach. Will the third time, maybe the 5th time be the charm? They started off with a swap, 4 steps and blinding light all over the place, but we'll be able to re-engage here. Still at full HP. Loda, though, really hurting, even with the Spirit Surfing. Raging Potato struggling to bring him down. On the south side of the place, though, they have isolated S4. They're going to Omni Abyssal him into submission, but now Raging Potato drops. No buyback. The all-in is backfired. Alliance hold, and now they push out. Bulldog on the chase. He's got the Hawk flying high, hunting the Nature's Prophet through the trees, goes for the Self-Sprout. Are they ready for this? They got the lift. They get the kill. Alliance have brought down 3, none of them with buyback, and they may just march down mid.
That was effectively a 5v10. All 5 Alliance heroes had buyback.
Buybacks rotate to the bottom lane. They work on the Sigil. That will drop first. But now the real structural damage can begin. Still 40 seconds without the Nature's Prophet. Death Prophet 10 seconds away. And even when she's back, she won't have the Exorcism for a couple more, but there's the Yule on the Jules. He's down. Alliance in the lower bracket fighting not only for their Manila major lives, but perhaps their TI invite funds as well, are staying the course. They get the Spirit Siphon off on Loda. They continue to press forward. Raging Potato just surging into the entire enemy team here, but EGM sitting far back and threatening to go in. And now with the Exorcism having been committed, Gods, Alliance can wait this one out. And even if all 5 heroes are alive, Death Prophet's not really going to be much of one without her ultimate, so they may just go back in when it's been used up.
Yeah, the only big threat at that point becomes the Jug. For now, it looks like EGM TPing bottom, signaling the Alliance.
I think we'd see Mineski go for this game, but definitely something that's possible. Alliance certainly has shown that they can do it on the MP. They sprout out low to the start. They're going to continue to try and bring down this Bruiser in the front line, but it's too late for the melee racks. That as well has fallen. 2 melee racks down, a ranged in the mid, and possibly another soon to drop in the mid lane. Or the bottom lane, rather. They move forward, purging Loda, hacking away, but it's very slow work, and Loda does it much quicker. One swing of that mace, dropping the Jug rapidly. They'll reset. The wave has joined them. They continue to just pummel the entire enemy squad and their band of heroes with the Keeper of the Light Nuke, sealing themselves up, dropping Mineski down in these long, prolonged, sustained engagements. Alliance, they just seem to outlast them thus far.
They've got Healing Ward. EGM just keeps stealing these big spells. He's had Swamp for like 5 minutes. Now he's got a Healing Ward up his sleeve. This is just getting too much for Mineski to deal with.
They just can't deal with Loda. He's got 4 supports right now, it feels like. Everyone stands behind him. The Beast will see you through. But now he finds Jules a bit out of position. There's the Hex to start the spin. For what little it'll do, will follow on to Loda, and Raging Potatoes in deep. Force that back to try to protect him. Glimmer as well, but he's basically on an island here. He needs some help from the squad. Alliance. Ooh. A pause in the middle of the chaos as a PC crashes.
I don't think Mineski actually want to be chasing here, so perhaps it's like okay for them disc squad, but here we go. Things get back in the way. We'll hop back into the game.
A moment to breathe for Mineski, but they've got to be very halting, tentative breaths.
Bok is already TP top. He's going to shove things here. Looks like the range tracks unless the glyph comes out, but the beauty of this Keeper of the Light means you can TP someone back as they did earlier with the Rubik and then instantly get recalled in, so...
And the line is being drawn top here. A clear indication Mineski on a split push, but they're already down 1.5 lanes of racks. Can they really do it?
It's split push. It's also just some cost-effective damage, but I mean, how much difference does a Desolator make? It's a bit of minus armor, a bit of physical damage, but that's, at the end of the day, what they need, as much physical damage as possible.
Well, Loda, they couldn't kill him once in the last fight, and now they've got to deal with S4 having 2, Wall sitting in the back lines. He will get sprouted out for the time being. The Spirit Siphon doing a lot of work. EGM just sitting back, waiting for good spells to steal, and suddenly Loda's back up to full HP as they heal from the Keeper of the Light, continue to rain in. They punch S4 up in the air, but that's a hero they got to bring down, not once, but 2 times. They lose Jules. There's the Queen of Potato, and they rush forward onto the Potato. Alliance get the rage rack. They might get more. Bimbo can't afford to die here, but die he will. Out for 80. He has a buyback, but he doesn't have an exorcism, and this time Alliance might just skip and go straight for the throne. They had the stolen exorcism once more. EGM lets it loose.
Oh my
Churning
God.
through Mineski buildings. Banging on the front door. Nobody's hope for Mineski. They just can't withstand the onslaught. Loda just stands and fights, and Mineski can't take the punishment. Heroes are falling. Buildings are crumbling. The end times are here for the Filipino squad. Down goes the melee. The range is all that remains, and a frantic rat game begins. But Alliance know how to deal with that. The Nature's Prophet heads to the top side, but it's far too late, it feels. Alliance are just going to stick around mid. They can't even easily get a full lane of Rex top. Will Ben-Hur be able to turn the tides? He does get the stun off on S4, but S4 jumping away. And now they have managed to get on the MP. Oh, actually gets the Bulldog kill. A pretty big one, but it's Megas Gods. It's all in time for Mineski here.
Yeah, I mean, Megas says it all. You get a Rax or 2, it's not going to make that much of a difference. Bok is perhaps going to look for the EGM kill, but it's too late. He's committed, and Bulldog buying back.
And they're lurking on Ake. They do bring him down as well. That's 2 down, but another buyback is ready, and they haven't even chosen to spend it yet. Mineski just not getting structures off of these back and forth engagements. The kills are nice, but it's the buildings that win you the game, and so far Alliance have had the upper hand. This time though, Loda may actually drop 2. That's going to be 3 heroes down, including the Bulldog death, but also having buyback is Loda. Alliance just making the right calls and being very patient in a clutch situation. Now they're going to rotate S4, but he might even be able to kill off Bacarino if he's not careful. This Nature's Prophet does not have buyback. S4 creeping in. This could be the go for the jugular maneuver, and S4 slits his throat, and it's straight onto the towers now. Tier 4 dropping. Mineski this could be checkmate.
Yeah,
As
Bulldog's
Ford
even
drags
TP
them
bottom.
back.
Bulldog's like, why do we need to defend? There is an exposed throne almost.
Do Mineski go for the enemy throne here? They're
They
going to
can't.
pop Exorcism. They're turning for Rax. It's just not happening fast
They've got
enough
to
for them.
defend LD.
Somebody has to go home, but sitting back to cancel TPs is EGM. Potato says through it. It's all in on the throne. They said only the toss will stall, but isn't really enough to throw. Dropping quickly it falls, and F4 blinks to the left with one last throw of a dagger. Down goes the throne. And Alliance move on. They survive. Mineski eliminated here at the Manila Major in front of a hometown crowd. A brutal way to go out, but it does set the stage for a Na'Vi versus Alliance showdown in the lower bracket.
I mean, for Mineski, they've got to hold.
Come and get it.